Please chant Om 3 times, please. I hope now this word ahankar, the I thought, which owns everything, aham karomi, I do, is very clearly understood by you, because this I is a very peculiar word which you have seen many times. The meaning of the word I is determined by the context. By the context. I hope you understand that word context. It's like when you say, I came to ashram in 100-mile speed. You are using the word I in a context that you came in a car and the car came 100 kilometers per hour or 100 miles per hour. So the word I there means a car. When you say, yesterday I visited my son, that means now you are telling that the I is a father. If you say, when I was 10-year-old, I was in the school. The context is, when the body was 10-year-old, that time I was in the school. Because the body was 10-year-old, I am the body, and therefore I was in the school. So that time the I in the context refers to the 10-year-old body. I got a job after passing my graduation, post-graduation. Now in the context, you are a degree holder, a job holder. Thus you can see the identity of the I is going on changing with the changing identities. With the changing identities, the identity of the I is going on changing. That means it clearly shows the I itself has no identity. It's like a crystal. A crystal, like a pure glass crystal. You put this red hibiscus, it will reflect red color. You shall see, oh, that is a red stone. You take away the red and put an yellow, it will be reflecting yellow. You take out the yellow, put up a pink, it will reflect the pink. What it means is the crystal by itself has no color. It takes the red color from the hibiscus, the pink color from the rose, the yellow color from a yellow flower. Itself has no color. Thus you can see, if the I, the individuality, is contextually, in different context, it is assuming different roles, it means itself is not a role. It has no identity of its own. And as we saw yesterday, there are two main activities in life. One is doing, other is knowing. Please understand that clearly. I am deliberately repeating it because this doing is infinite things. And you can identify with any type of doing. Please see, this morning I was thinking, how to make it still simpler? What can I do? I enjoy that. To make it simple and simple as simple. Please see, until you occupy or purchase 100 acres of land, you are not a landlord. That means what? You are there. Your role of a landlord was not existing because you did not own the land. Because you did not own the land, did you exist or not? Because you did not get a degree, did you exist or not? To be a graduate, you have to pick up a graduation degree. To be an engineer, you pick up engineering degree. So for you to pick up a role, you must be there. But a role is not needed for you to be there. Are you getting that? As simple as that. You need to, for a role to be picked up, you must be there. But for you to be there, role is not needed. You are not a landlord. You existed. You are not an engineer. You are not educated. You existed. You are not young. You are not adult. When you are 7-year-old, you are not old, but you existed. Many thoughts did not exist, but you existed. So for you to be existing, no role is needed. But for the roles to be picked up, you must be there. Without a role. On a red color glass, try to reflect the red color flower or any color flower. It will not reflect because it is already possessed, it is already occupied by the one color. So the eye is something, as you can see, it picks up thousands of roles. In the beginning stages of childhood life, there is no individuality. The eye is not picking up any role. The child is being conditioned. You are a boy, you are a girl, you are a man, you are a woman, you are rich, you are poor. This is your faith, this is your God. Like that they go on telling. And he goes on. Then later on it can by choose to pick up some role also. Listen. But all these roles are action oriented. In a sense, with every role you can do something. Doing. The doing, please see, the doing begins with your physical body. When the breeze is blowing, you can't say, I am blowing. When the water is flowing, you cannot say, I am flowing. Are you getting that point? You cannot say, I am flowing with water flowing. When the fire is hitting, you cannot say, I am hitting. You can't say. But what happens is the land you can own. Suppose somebody is digging a hole in some land, somewhere you are walking down, you are driving or you are walking, somebody is digging a land. Will you bother? No. But if it happens to be your land, you feel as though dug. There is a house, somebody throwing a stone or breaking, it doesn't matter to you. But somebody comes and says, this is your land, your house, oh God. Identity. Understand? Anyway, the doing is millionfold. And as most of these actions begins with your physical body. I walk, when the leg is walking. I lift, hand is lifting. I see, eyes are seeing. I hear, ears are hearing. I digest, stomach is digesting. Action, 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 physical actions. The karma, the actions are done by these instruments. The physical body, understand? Like you are driving a car. Car doesn't drive itself. But all the possibilities are in the car. As a driver, you are driving the car. And when you are driving the car, what speed you drive depends on you. What speed you drive. Because suppose you are speeding in 100 kilometers and meeting with an accident, car is responsible? No. In the car, all the possibilities are there. You are driving the car crazy. Exactly the same way you are driving the body crazy. Body never can drive you crazy. Eyes don't demand to see, ears do not demand to hear, tongue doesn't demand to speak or to taste, nose doesn't demand to smell, body doesn't demand to touch. Hunger is one demand, suppose comes up, it signals this body is hungry, feed it. But it doesn't say this is the type of food I need. Body is so innocent. Understand? All these are the I thought, the I owns up. And ahankar because, as I told you, it drags something. If you do something and take a credit, it's different. But if you take the credit of somebody else's, you are dragging it to yourself. When you say, I see, the eyes see. I hear, ears hear. I live, the body is living. I die, the body is disintegrating. I am breathing, it's another activity. Now these are millions of activities. But there is another thing that happens. How do you know your body is moving? How do you know your eyes are seeing? How do you know there is a thought? I know. So when you say no, this knowing is common behind every role you play. Do you see? Yes. How do you see? I see. What do you see? Flower. How do you know? I know. What do you know? I see. What do you see? I see the flower. Suppose you don't see the flower. Do you see the flower? No, I don't see. How do you see that? I see. I know. What do you know? I don't see. Close your eyes. Do you see? No. How do you know? I know. What do you know? I don't see. I know I see. I know I don't see. I know there is a thought. I know there is no thought. I know the body is walking. I know the body is lying down. I know this air is blowing, fire is hot. I know. That knowing is one principle. The I thought by itself is not an individuality. Listen carefully. The I thought by itself is not an individuality. I wrote it down this morning. I'll tell you, please understand. The I thought by itself is not an individuality. As even a body by itself is not a role. When the I says, I am the body, understand? The body by itself has no limitation, is not aware of its limitation. I thought by itself is not an individuality. When you say, I am the body, you take the body to be yourself and thereby drag the limitations of the body to yourself. And that individuality suffers. And this individuality is identifying with every type of activities of the physical body. I walk, I see, I hear, I touch, I live, I'm growing old. With every thought also it identifies. But the best principle is to identify with the thought, you must be conscious. How do you know there is a thought? I know. What do you do? There is a thought. So, identifying with what you say you know, identifying with your body, you say young or old. Identify with your body, you say you are a man or a woman. Identifying with your sense organs, you say you see or hear or touch, taste or touch. Identify with your thoughts, you say there is a thinking. Identifying with what, you say I know. As simple. Identifying with what? The I feels, I know. What is that is knowing? Surely the whole universe is not knowing. Space, air, fire, water, earth, mountains, stones, your trees, your body, your sense organs, they are not conscious. A thought is not conscious, not even the I thought. There is only one principle which knows. For this knowing to be, listen carefully, no thought is needed, even I thought is not needed. But please see the beauty. To say I am the body, there must be a body, or else you cannot say I am the body. Right or wrong? For you to say I am rich, there must be some riches or poverty. Listen, please, this is very beautiful. To say you have a building, there must be a building, or else you cannot say you have a building. For you to say I am rich, I am a landowner, there must be some land. For you to say I am a boy or a girl, there must be a body. Young or old, there must be a body. For you to say I see or hear, you should have sense organs. For you to say I am engineer, doctor, lawyer, magician, journalist, painter, there must be some thought. Are you getting that? As simple. But for you to say, listen carefully, for you to say I am conscious, listen carefully. For you to say, I am conscious, it's very simple, another point is coming up. For you to say, I am conscious, of course, I must be there. I thought must be there. But for to say, I am conscious, if you say, I know, listen, for you to say, I know, which object must be there? For you to say, I know, just to be the knowing principle, what thought should be there? What sense organs should have? What body should have? What things you should have? Even I thought is not needed. Because you don't need to say, listen, you don't need to say, I am the knowing principle. You don't need to say, I am consciousness to be the consciousness. But for you to say, I am the body, there should be a body and there should be an I. For you to say, I am rich, there should be riches and there should be I. And the I is different from the riches. For you to say, I know, with the knowing principle, for the knowing principle to be, I is not needed. But to say I am conscious, to think I am conscious, a thought is needed. So there is very peculiar thing. When the consciousness gives you as though an identity, the I thought gives the body an identity, telling I am the body. For you to say I am the body, body must be there. If body is not there, you cannot say I am the body. For you to be conscious, I thought is not required. To produce a sound, you are required. For the silence, I have explained to you. Producing a sound is one activity, not producing sound is another activity. My talking is one condition. Choosing not to talk, another condition. Silence, unconditional, always there. Thus you can see the self, the I, the quality, knowing principle is always existing without any name whatsoever. And that is so effortless, because for you to see something, the something must be there, eyes must be there. For you to hear something, the sound must be there, ears must be there. For you to touch something, the object of touch must be there, your skin must be there. For you to smell something, the fragrance should be there, your nose must be there. To taste something, the food must be there, your tongue must be there. But for you to be conscious, and when you see these perceptions, you see or hear or touch, thoughts will be created. But for the thoughts to be seen, sense organs are not needed. And thoughts are known. When to see, eyes are needed, object is needed. For the thought to be seen, eyes cannot see the thought. You are conscious. There is a knowing principle. The knowing principle does not need a thought, I thought, a sense organ, a sense object for itself to exist. And that defies every language. Please understand. A language is a very peculiar thing, friends. Please see this. I am, suppose, speaking in English. Speaking English, you understand, because the meaning of the word is the same for all of us. Now suppose I speak a strange language, let's say Oriya I speak. Aji kuade jibo, kono khailo, kemiti asilo. What do you understand? What do you understand? Nothing. I am speaking something. You don't understand. Why? Because you don't understand what that language conveys. Okay, listen, very beautiful point is coming. Because you don't understand what that language is conveying. For you to understand, I must explain that word. Aji means today. Kuada means where. Jaucha means going. Today, where are you going? Clearly you understand in English. You don't know Sindhi, you don't know Tamil, you know Hindi, you don't know Oriya, you don't know, Spanish. You will not understand anything. Because that language is not known to you. Are you getting that point? Think, friends. If the spoken language you do not understand, because you are not introduced to the word, looking at the body language of a person, you shall never understand the motive behind it. Are you getting that point? Looking at the body language. A person is looking. Where is he looking? Will you know it? You can say he is seeing, he is looking. Where? And why? Somebody is shouting. You say he is shouting. Why? Will you understand? The body language will never be understood. Body language will be understood only by the person who is acting. All other people, it is speculation. The person is walking. Where is he going? 100 people will say 100 reasons. He's going to shop, going to his friend's house, just taking a morning walk. How many